together, all these joint practices. What kind of an impact do you think it's going to have on them, especially your young players?
Oh, I think it's a great time to interact with each other, even more so when you're staying in the hotel together. And they're doing that in Philadelphia as well. But just being away together in a different city, I always think that's a good thing. We felt that last year in New York when we went to go against the Jets. And we're just trying to duplicate that. And the guys have when it's time to work, it's time to work. When it's time to relax and be with the guys, it's time to do that. And they're doing a good job working at both of those things.
How bad is Miles' hamstring injury?
I don't want to get it. I'll never get into how long or anything like that or how bad. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a trainer. But we're just being precautious with him. He had some tightness and some soreness in it. And just being precautious with him, and we'll see how it goes.
Is there any added level of concern with him given the injury history?
No, I don't. I'm trying not to think about any of that. Just as far as we just working to get him healthy every single day, trying to get him a little bit more healthy every day, and he'll be ready to go when he gets back in.
Is he getting better?
Yeah. I think with all that stuff, we got a great doctor staff. We got a great medical staff. A great athletic training, strength and conditioning. So they're working and he's working to get himself healthy.
Nick, you watched the tape from yesterday. How do you think that the team looked yesterday? Who won? I guess.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think you look at it like who won inter squad practice like that. It's did we get work done? Did we get better at what we wanted to get better at that day? And I thought we did. I think when you're going against a team with a team that like the Browns have, it poses challenges and different schemes for our defense to defend and different schemes for offense to have to go against. So, that was good for us to be able to go against different guys. They got a lot of good players over there, and to be able to go against different guys at different skill positions and interior linemen and all different guys that they have. So it was good work, and I think we both got, I know I won't speak for Coach Stefanski, but I feel like we got better yesterday.
What did you see from Jalen?
Jalen?
Yeah, what did you see from Jalen yesterday?
I thought he had a good day. I really did. I just continue to see him progress every day. And so yesterday, I thought he did a really nice job. He had a good practice. He's been sharp all camp, and I thought he had a great practice yesterday.
Your evaluation of how he's done when the first read is taken away or a two-man route concept is taken away?
Yeah, you guys love this question. Is he getting out of the pocket too early? This is a common question.
Well, it's not even about the pocket. It's whether
I think he's been great. Okay. I think he's been outstanding. I think, again, like I said to you guys the other day, it's not always like when the pocket breaks down when he escapes. It also is, hey, nobody's open on this play, right? Because if he dropped back to pass and nobody was open on a play and he just stood there, eventually he's going to get sacked, right? Eventually he's going to get sacked. So he's got to escape and make a play out of that. And I think he's done a good job with that.
Since Devonta's come back, we've seen a lot of targets go his way. Has that been a concerted effort to really get him involved since he come back?
You want to get all your playmakers involved. Devonta is a great playmaker, a fantastic route runner, has great feel about things, and there's some concepts we're running with him that we feel like he's going to do a great job of through this year, and he did a great job of last year. So, we're trying to get all our playmakers the ball, and the ball's been finding him as of late.
Couple false starts in team periods yesterday. Did that have anything to do with a different center?
No. We just those are going to happen. You don't want those to happen. The pre-snap penalties drive me crazy, and we'll work to get better at it. But it had nothing to do with that. In my opinion, again, it's always, you want to use a snap count to identify some things on defense to be able to keep them honest, and we got to be more disciplined on those pre-snap penalties so we can use that as a weapon as opposed to it hurting us.
Have you seen Devonta get even better as a route runner here in the NFL since the end of last season?
Yeah, when like I said this about Devonta before, when he came in, he was very polished. A credit to his coaches, obviously, over at Alabama and Devonta himself, and so he's one of these guys that loves football and is going to soak everything up, and he's going to see things and help, and naturally he's just going to get better. And so he's gotten bigger, he's gotten stronger. He feels like he's running faster out there, and then just everything with his game has gotten better because that's just the way Devonta works.
What makes somebody a really good route runner?
Knowing you got to really be able to look at the picture and see what coverage it is, and then how you're going to attack. Right? So we talk a lot about that. Like, all right, here's what we want to do versus this leverage. Here's what we want to do versus this leverage. Here's what we want to do versus press this leverage and off this leverage. Here's what we got to do versus cover 2. Here's what we got to do to change it up. So it's identifying the looks that you're getting and how you want to attack, right? And there's certain rules to each play that, like, okay, on this one I can't get pushed into this side, right? I have to break it in here. And then there's this art to, okay, when does he need a little when does the defensive back need a little bit of a change up based off of what I've been giving him. So it's just, to me, it's identifying those things and knowing how to attack. And then, always about route running is identifying the stem of how you want to go, but how you get in and out of breaks, right? The quickness of how you separate in and out of the breaks at the top. And the matter of fact, the quickness how you separate at the line of scrimmage when you get pressed man to man. So those are just things he has great feel for. Sure glad he's on our team.
What are your expectations from Kenny Gainwell in his second year, and based upon also what you've seen in camp?
Yeah, I'm really excited about him. He's a guy that on these joint practices, when it's really, when it's a physical practice, and when the pads are on, you really notice him and you feel him. I think yesterday you see him in these drills, and we really felt this last year against the Jets, and we were like, oh man, this guy's tough. He's physical. He's strong. Great. Glad he's on our team. And you're noticing the same things. You noticed the same things yesterday with how he, struck a guy that was blitzing. They had some good blitz packages yesterday, and he did a good job of identifying what it was and striking it. So we I know. We all think of Kenny Gainwell as like, okay, he's our third down guy. We want to get him touches in the pass game, but if you can't protect and you're one-dimensional on third down and you're always in a five-man out protection, then the defense is going to sort that out real quick. So these guys that are really good, scat backs, if you will, and I don't think Kenny Gainwell's that, but these guys that are third down backs in the NFL, they got to be able to protect too, and that's something that was really noticeable yesterday.
There's some of these injuries that you're being cautious about, whether it's Miles Sanders, Javon, Bradbury. Are they in danger of missing week 1?
Yeah, I'm never going to put a timetable on that. We're taking it day by day and seeing how they get better every day.
Did I see Grant Calcaterra with a helmet? Is he going to do some work today?
Yeah, he's got a little bit of work coming today, and so look forward to having him back out there after his hamstring injury.
I guess the question is, he's missed a lot of time. I think July 30th was the last time he practiced. How far behind is he? Do you throw everything at him at once, or how does that work?
You got to ease him back into it, and he was on a good trajectory before he got hurt, and so again, we're excited to have him back and get working. But I'd be crazy to say that it didn't put him behind. Of course, it put him behind. He's missed a lot of time, but that's why we're out here today to get him back up to speed. And it's not going to all happen in one day. It's just going to be a little bit each day of getting better.
You guys, do you expect them back anytime soon?
I don't have an update on that right now.
So Brissett.
You guys can get that.
You know Brissett better than we do in Cleveland. Tell us about him.
I'm sorry.
You know Jacoby Brissett better than we do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. He's the best. I still have my kids asking him. My kids still ask about how's Jacoby doing. My wife still asks about him. Like he's just a great leader and a great guy to be around. So I always thought this about Jacoby, and I guess I'm not really supposed to be talking. I don't really want to talk about other people's team, but Jacoby and I are close, and Jacoby is special to me, so I don't mind doing this with him. And so I just always thought of him as just such a good leader, such a good teammate, such a great guy to be around every day. Those are the things that really stick out for me. And then in his play. I don't mind saying this. I just always thought this is a strong man. The way he's able, I just close my eyes and think about a play that he made against Denver in 2019. We're on a 2-minute drive to win the football game, and Von Miller comes through on a stunt free, and we're backed up. We're on about the 4-yard line. Jacoby just Von Miller's one of the best players of all time. Jacoby gets him off him, scrambles to his right, and throws a tight rope 40 yards down the field to T.Y. Hilton, which helped us win the football game in that sense. So I just can't say enough good things about Jacoby Brissett. I love the man.
Do you think they're in good hands with him?
Yeah, that's that. Again, you got what you got out of me. So.
What's the plan for Sunday? What's the plan for Sunday? What's the plan for Sunday?
That's our third question. I keep coming back to you. Fourth. We don't have to make that decision yet. We'll see how today goes.
Meaning, if today's good enough, then they have starters.
We'll see. I don't want to make that decision quite yet.
Is it necessary to see Devonta in any preseason game action since he missed last week?
Again, every I got to see how today goes. I don't. You take each day by day, and he's played a lot of football, so I don't want to say it's necessary. I don't want to say it's unnecessary. We'll see how the day goes, and we'll figure it out.
Nick, is there anything you learned about your team that you needed this type of setting against another team on the road in a practice setting that you learned watching the tape or being on the field?
No. Again, when you come out here, you're just trying to make steady improvements, and that's what we're trying. What's what we're trying to do. It's good to come out and get competition against another team. And so I wouldn't say we learned anything or anything like that about it. It's just like, hey, here's what we needed to correct from yesterday. It's just like any other practice setting. Here's what we needed here's what we did well. Here's what we need to correct. And you have the same meeting that you do after practice.
How would you assess that group this summer?
I think we have good competition in that group, led by Marcus Epps, and then you have some good pieces to work with, and I'm excited. We've been getting these guys in with different groups, sometimes with the ones, sometimes with the twos, and it's exciting to watch them play with different groups, and it's always good to see them when it's physical out here and a joint practice.
When Jacoby was asked about you, if he had a story about you earlier today, he said
I
the thing he remembered the most was you trying to fight fans who were booing. What's your take on that?
He's teasing and he's making that up a little bit, but
Every game he said.
I know I did. I saw that. Bob caught me out. What I appreciate. I think one thing that to a fault, maybe even with me, is like, and I've been this way since I've been a little kid with my brothers. Like, we're a family. My brothers were, my dad and my mom were a family, and like, I'm the youngest. Like, one brother's 9 years older than me, one brother's 6 years older than me. And when they would have a bad game or somebody would say something bad about them or talk bad about them, I was quick to be defensive of them, right, because I loved them. And, shoot, now as a coach, I feel like I have that, and I was like that as a teammate, I'd like to think. And as a coach, I definitely know I have that, like, protective, like, I know these guys are biggest, strongest men in the world. And I know they can protect themselves, but I love these guys, and it's like, that's just an instinct that you have. That's just how I was raised, and it's like, this is our family, and I just have that protective instinct to defend and to defend them. But and that's been like that with every team I've ever coached. So I'm flattered that Jacoby said that.
Last one? Or do you have one?
Have a chance to catch up with Coach Karras since you've been back here?
I'm gonna get my brother's team, Washington and Jefferson, is joint practicing against Mount Union tomorrow at Mount Union. So I'm gonna, if I have some time, I might drive up there with my mom and my dad. And I haven't been back to Mount Union in maybe 15 years or so. So it'd be good to see. That scrimmage and that joint practice. But Coach Karras is a guy that I keep contact with, because I've learned so many valuable things to him. He's done so much for my career, so I look forward to, if I do get the time tomorrow, getting up there and seeing him.
Best behavior today with the parents here?
Always, yeah, always. All right, guys.
Thanks, Nick.